Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to Sacred Heartwork Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have very special guests, and these are men, and we are doing something different because someone actually said that our podcast was boring. So we make it a bit more lively now, and we are bringing new guests. So let us introduce our first guest.
Yes. My name is Amshah. I'm Amshah bin Muhammad Adum.
I am Adam, Muhammad Adam bin Rosli. I am a videographer, mainly.
I'm invited here because I'm a content creator and I'm in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Not just a content creator. And I am also, very importantly in this episode, a man.
Thank you so much. Okay, so today we are going to talk about stigma and men's mental health. So my first question would be, on a scale of 1 to 10, and if we are asking about men's help-seeking behaviors, where are we on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 being that they really want to seek help, right?
10 being, they're help-seeking and they know, they have insight and they are aware that they need.
In general, the men, right?
Yeah, and 0
not
means
sure
like
negative
no insight.
There's no negative. Negative means what? They're pushing women to go for them. That's not
on their
They're doing it themselves already. Negative means they're
okay.
already self-diagnosing.
Self-diagnosing. Okay. Anyways, what's your answer?
Less than 5, 4,
Okay.
3, maybe. They're based on what. But I think in recent times there has been a lot of change,
Yeah,
a lot
there's
of
been.
acceptance
Yeah.
in regards to seeking mental health. So it's definitely nearing the 5, 6. Depends
Right.
on how healthy the environment is to seek for mental, emotional support. It really depends on the environment that they grow up in, the family. Where
The family,
there's a
their
lot of
friends.
openness, a lot of communication, a lot of self-awareness, reflection, especially. Yeah.
It's not
So-
the same across all demographics, whether it be socioeconomic background or educational background,
Culture,
racial.
yeah.
So all this plays a part in whether somebody goes out and get therapy.
Yeah, maybe we
sure,
can
for
speak
sure.
a bit more of our Malay
Yeah, you
Malay culture side. I
Yeah.
don't know. Based on, I think now there's a lot more awareness, so I think there's a higher tendency to outreach for mental health, but maybe back then, early 2000s, not so much. Maybe the avenues weren't a lot also, not outwardly campaigned or known for a lot of our Malay side. Yeah, or mental health wasn't even an actual term that we started to
People never talk about it.
throw around.
Right.
and-
It wasn't in the public intellectual sphere at all.
Yeah.
Barely.
Oh.
Barely. Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
people had anxiety, panic attacks, and they didn't
Yes.
even know that they were having it. Like they were.
This is a thing. It's not something that you would seek help for because it's something that you're used to.
Yeah.
Possibly, I'm not sure.
I mean, this is something very normal in my generation. Maybe men who are in their 50s and 60s now would probably not be aware when they're having anxieties or panic attacks lah. But how about the young men today? Would they be a bit more insightful or aware?
Insightful, definitely aware of themselves, self-awareness inwardly. I think now there's a lot of information out there to just give them a bit more insight.
Right.
There's all the very funny diagnoses from like MBTI to like all the
Yeah.
personality ones that will help you give a
TikTok
bit
made
more.
up their own personality types, type A, type B. We didn't learn that inside.
Oh my goodness, I
My
didn't know about
goodness.
that.
I mean, these are all like the circular Western kind of their inventions to give more insight on yourself. So
I see. So that is where you're
Yeah.
putting it at 5 out of 10.
yeah, I guess that's where people would be more self-aware. Then they would like reach out like, hi, I think I'm a bit more introvert and something's not working out for me. Like I'm very stressed because I'm always stimulated in my own work environment that requires me to be extrovert. Then there's always a conflict. I mean, that's how the mental health really starts, right? When there's some form of conflict within you, then
and
you just
the awareness of the conflict within yourself.
yeah.
Okay, so if now the stigma and the people wanting to get help is at 5, right? If like say we were to raise it up a bit more to 7, what would it look like if we are at a 7 out of 10?
I think before we look at institutional support, we have to look at interpersonal or personal willingness. I don't think that help for mental health necessarily has to be go to a counselor.
Okay.
It starts from the person acknowledging that I'm not okay. So that's, I think, how 7 will look like, is more people in society being willing to tell another person, tell their closest ones, and be vulnerable with them, say that I'm not okay, I need help.
Yeah, just I think the first step to go is just labeling what you are feeling at that point of time, and just being honest with yourself. Like, I think guys
I'm
are
upset.
afraid. Guys are afraid to feel any form of weakness. So sadness, like depression is a bit more advanced for that feeling. So like the sadness, anger, even.
Yeah. You know, I only learned the phrase "I'm upset" in university. I never heard it. I only heard it from girls in uni. No one around me has ever used the phrase "I'm upset." I'm like, wait, what? You can say it. You can say it just like that, and it's very
I see.
yeah.
So the expectation is for men to have no feelings at all.
Feelings of unproductive feelings, negative feelings,
Stoic.
nothing that's beneficial. So if nothing benefit comes out from you, then just don't say it, just keep it.
Oh, and feelings are not beneficial.
To the other person.
Yeah.
If I'm going to tell you that I'm sad, what are you going to do? Like,
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't. There's no solution of it right away, and that's why ashwagandha is so popular. It's a destimulant. It's something that lowers your feelings. Ashwagandha, and a lot of it's very popular among men to take these supplements so that they can focus on their thing, because emotions are distractions.
Oh my god, I'm shocked. Okay, I'm seriously shocked.
that's the first for me also.
Allahu Akbar. Oh, because in Islam, like, feelings come from the heart.
Yeah.
And if Allah describes in the Quran that the dead heart is the heart that doesn't feel.
Yeah.
The heart that doesn't feel is dead. And even stones and rocks have more feelings than a heart that is not feeling. Yeah, so I'm very shocked to hear this, that we are considering feelings as inconvenient.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, ya Allah.
I mean, I think that's like fundamentally that's how we want to function, but in reality, it's not how it should be, because you're a whole person.
That's not a human experience lah, to cut off your feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
You're negating one entire part of yourself that could strengthen you overall. Yeah, which I think just comes from culture and tradition and generations lah. Maybe I don't know. I'm just eyeballing it here, where you can go back as far as like industrial revolution, where men were put out there to work. So you tired, you just work. You said your family had problem, you just come out and work. So we just wired in a way where, okay, work is where we achieve our values. So that's where I think just trickles down all the way, where for men it's just going out there, work, come back for the family, put bread on the table is what the value is. But it's not what the value of our household might perceive it. Like what is important. Like, I want you to bring your presence here, not the present that you bring on the table.
Ya Allah.
Oh,
that's very sad. That's very dehumanizing. It's making
It is,
people less human.
Yeah.
It is also rooted in the love for this world lah. It is in an increasing capitalistic world. We find that people are pursuing worldly things. Of course, there's nothing wrong with pursuing worldly things, but pursuing it independent of their self lah, their fitrah. Respecting the nature of the human being.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, subhanallah.
Yeah, that's why I guess men finds it like as fulfilling. Like, okay, I just fulfill my needs to just put food on the table for my family, money in the bank account for all of you to spend your things, then it's done. But then I think that lessens the barakah of it lah, because you do that out of just doing it, but there's no wisdom because you don't have the proper knowledge to.
Yeah.
You need the knowledge to exercise this with like intent, with like with the blessings from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala lah.
Subhanallah. Okay. Wow, this makes so much sense now. I'm looking
Is
at the
it?
previous
Yeah,
generations and I am, now suddenly it makes sense why our men are emotionally disconnected from their families. And we have, young men who grow up feeling starved because father don't show emotions, don't show care. And like, in the previous session, Amsha was saying about Sakina, Mawaddah wa Rahmah, and our sons do not get these from their fathers because, like you said, fathers just go to work and bring the present onto the table instead of bring presents to the house. Subhanallah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Next question. So previously, we were talking with some of my colleagues at work, and even non-Muslim colleagues, and they were saying that this stigma around how men should not be feeling feelings and men should not be struggling emotionally comes from national service. how did this happen? Like, what does that mean even?
I'll go first. Okay, I'll go first. I'll
Yeah,
go first
go.
for this. I think NS is, of course, treated where the non-madrasah student becomes a man, which is where, you know, you go through hardships, you exercise, you learn to defend Singapore.
Okay.
And through all that, there is regimentation, there is disciplining, and that regimentation and that element of rigidity, I think, is where this concept of like becoming a man develops. Then through the generations, of course, I mean, all the seniors will always say it was worse in my day. Then all the fathers would say it's worse in my day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does it have to be worse in your day? And now it's becoming soft, like, or at least easier per se. And people are also complaining, why is it so easy now? Because we've been conditioned to believe that is how you build a man. You build a man through putting him through pain, through suffering, and then that's how you build resilience. That's how you build tenacity. That's how you build strength to defend Singapore.
Okay.
And you look at it from the surface level only, and you miss out the interpersonal strengths that are required. And the junior being punished by his commander thinks that now that is how I condition someone to become a man. And so the cycle perpetuates itself into just constant suffering and toxic energy without the rahmah and understanding what it is truly to be a strong human being. Of course, there's aspects of leadership as well, but most people don't get to experience that. Only the commanders.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what you say about the interpersonal, I think that's where the emotional connection shines the most. So when that is cut off, so interpersonal being like, because you go NS, you can't bring your phones, you can contact your family like once, twice a day, which is very out of the blue of sudden from your previous lifestyle where
As a
you've
trainee,
always connected like online and able to respond to people so quickly, but then NS kind of like disciplines you that. So I guess that removing your interpersonal kind of like your emotional side takes a toll because you can't get some form of emotional like
Support.
and then like from family, from parents, from your siblings. So then you have to face NS with all the regimentation. So you just switch on to this. You develop this persona, this NS persona of you where you're a bit more rugged, a bit more uncaring of your emotional state, because the sergeant is not going to say, oh, you're tired, it's okay, you can go rest, or you're sick, like and then like you can go rest and stuff, because that is like not really, that's kind of looked down upon. I would say. So it's a lot of physical, outwardly
The training is more
training,
on the physical side.
maybe mental a bit, but mental at most you hang in a like push-up position for like 1-2 hours, and then that's your mental strength for you. And then so when you go back and then you develop all this, which is good, discipline, everything. I think NS did give me a good amount of discipline, but then you start to discover more of yourself, and then you realize maybe I'm only disciplined because someone's telling me to, but if I'm not intrinsically motivated, then I can't really discipline myself. Then that's where I guess a bit more of the culp and emotions play a part, because if you're not passionate in doing this, then what's the point? But of course, some people go into the NS line because they are passionate in it, they start to sign on and everything. So to each place their own. And granted, NS, this is only in training. Once you get posted out, that's where I guess emotions will play a bigger role, because you interact with like other people in
That's
your
for police
company. That's for police and maybe the civil defense when they are more like public facing. So there's a lot more interpersonal skills at play. So to sympathize is a need to
have human
people.
connection, human interpersonal skills. I think any form of vulnerability, any form of weakness, whether it be emotional vulnerability or being sick, is frowned upon. Even being sick, you get called chowking, regardless of whether you're actually sick or not. It's not a good look, and that affects how people would see themselves when they are actually feeling weak, whether it be emotionally or physically.
Okay. Mashallah.
A lot of TV.
I'm hearing like it sounds very cold. Like it sounds very cold. I hear discipline, which is a good thing, but at the same time, it kind of cuts you off from feeling anything or allowing you to feel anything. And like you said, the disconnection from your social circle or social network also made you emotionally disconnected as well. Make you feel alone in your own, and you have to depend on yourself, just you.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You could depend on everyone. You could build friendships and depend on
Yeah.
the brothers there.
Right.
Maybe that's how, like half the bonds there, the brotherhood gets formed. But of course, it depends on whether you can gel with them, and everyone's going through it together. So you don't know what's the other person's going through sometimes. Yeah. So everyone's just learning as they go along also with their own emotions and all. So you also don't really want to overburden them. But at that point when we're NS, we're like 17, 18, we're still
Yeah, not
really young.
cognitively developed
Yeah.
or
we're
emotionally mature.
Yeah, we're still immature at that point. It's only the whole structure that NS has given us makes us look like we are mature in a sense. But yeah.
It mends you up like physically and in terms of your routines and things like that.
Yeah.
You learn how to be a man and be responsible. But
Per
what
se.
what it lacks is, do you know that in Islam we are encouraged to cry? Like Rasulullah SAW cried every night.
Yeah.
And when his wife passed away, he cried to the point where the Sahabas can hear him outside of his tent crying. So like in Islam, crying is encouraged. Men are encouraged to cry.
It's a sunnah, guys.
Yeah, it's a sunnah to
If
cry.
Rasulullah did it, certainly.
Yeah, and he said that he even said that the proof of your dua being answered is by your tears. Your tears, crying is proof that your dua is being answered.
Will it be the proof of your taubat also?
Yes,
In a
yes,
sense.
the proof of tawbah, yes,
You
well.
cry.
So we are encouraged to cry. So hearing this, that you are meant to be unfeeling lah. You're to. So what I'm hearing is that to be disciplined and to be a man means you have to be unfeeling, and
At least that's what NS taught us. The
I
regime
mean,
that
yeah, I guess. There's also another understanding of to show anger and violence is the other sort of man way.
oh
of,
my goodness, seriously.
Of being a man. I think in this depends on your household, I think. But it is quite common in our community as well of panas baran being an issue.
Right.
Like,
yes.
yeah,
and
it is
now
very
it's
common,
a
right? Very
huge
common,
issue.
yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's because it is the most manly way for you to express yourself. Because people don't think crying is a viable option.
lashing out anger.
Yeah, lashing out. Lashing out is very
that's
common.
what our sergeants actually do.
Yeah, exactly,
When
Oh
they
my God.
when they're like
They
when
shout.
someone done something and they found
Yeah.
out, they'll just go through the koi and then they'll just like, everybody calm down now.
Shout, throw things on the floor.
Oh,
That makes so
noise.
much sense now.
Yeah, so that's the other way, Actually, yeah, that's the form of punishment you get. That's how you express disapproval.
that's how we are taught to express.
Yeah, that's how we're taught.
And
to
that's how our
express,
fathers behave,
yeah.
even
Yeah.
to daughters.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it is a natural inclination to like kick things when you're
Yeah.
angry lah.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's
and
why.
as an outlet.
As an outlet, yeah.
But that's where you're not sabar anymore lah. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And-
tears are not viable. Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things that we understand in psych, right, is that sometimes anger is a front for disappointment and sadness. Yeah, and yeah lah, to hear this, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Everything is making sense now. Like why, and then there's that stigma coming up lah, because you cannot have feelings because
Yeah.
this is something that you were
But
taught.
anger is okay.
Yeah,
But anger is manly.
I see. Anger is the only emotion
It's the
that you can
only
show.
manly emotion you can show, yeah.
Astaghfirullah. And Rasulullah SAW tell us cannot show anger.
yes,
Datang
3
tak,
times.
don't get angry. Yeah. Astaghfirullah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Now
that's
we
why-
understand so many things.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
Setan
It
yang
makes
kerja.
So beyond NS, right? So after NS, where else do you see don't be weak script getting reinforced?
I think movies are whatever we watch, more or less the men, except for K-dramas. I don't know what K-dramas are.
Okay, I don't watch
Let's
that.
see, but I feel like K-drama kind of challenge that stigma a bit lah. That don't be weak for men, because the men are a bit more gentler. But for like maybe the Western side, Hollywood side,
Last time, early 2000s, late 1900s. But like now there's the whole woke agenda. So the whole concept of being a man is changing, and how men are represented in media is also changing.
Or maybe don't be weak would also mean not really outwardly saying don't be weak, but them showing strength and not showing the weakness is like implying that implying that that's what I mean. Like implying that don't be weak. So hence like going to the gym, being muscular,
going to the gym.
being tall, being
So
All
how
that.
are men supposed to ask for help if they need help then? What is...
Oh, go on Reddit.
Oh, seriously?
How do men ask for help?
Yeah, I mean, if we have been teaching our men to be just like this, just be strong, just go for it and have no feelings and things like so. If like say they run into troubles, how do they? Besides Reddit,
Let's say they I don't know.
Clearly, you can see we have no outlet. At our stunness,
Clearly we can't relate.
yeah, exactly. At our stunness
Yalah.
in answering this question, I think that is representative lah. That there is no readily available option for you to seek help. Possibly family members, the ones you trust, or friends. Then again, if you seek your friend's help, you're at the risk of losing face lah, dropping your ego, being judged.
alamak, this is a real problem.
It is. It's cultural. It's almost like it's almost commercial. Like for men to not be weak, to not tell people that they are weak, to even utter it to themselves in the mirror might even cause them. So the only time you can break them is if you really push them mentally, physically. Maybe not mentally like shouting at them all that, but that would just switch them off. But physically, usually is where they will usually break lah, like because they can't escape physically out of the space.
Ya Allah.
That's why there's always like I need to take a walk.
Oh,
I don't know.
that
So
makes
they can
much
physically
sense.
get out of the space and
Right.
like think for themselves whether they do think reflect for themselves or not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm
but
just...
it is hard to unpack. To even start somewhere with some a whole line of generations when
Yeah. Because it sounds like we are so very disconnected from the sunnah. In so many ways. Like our men are so disconnected from the sunnah. Like, we had brotherhood. Our sahabas used to hang out in the mosque.
they used to
and-
hug. Hugging was a thing.
Yeah.
When we meet.
And they used to tell each other, "Hey, bro, I love you." That's a sunnah.
Yeah, now it's gay.
Astaghfirullah.
I mean this you get judged as
Yeah, and our sahabas would seek help. Like, we go to Rasulullah all the time and we ask him for assistance. Like, they all want to move houses, so they will ask him for help.
asking for help. Actually, just the
Yeah.
fundamental asking for help. Not even saying I'm weak, I need some help.
Yeah.
It's just, hi, can you help me move my... Nope. It's
Cannot,
it's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's why the guy carries the groceries bag in one trip. There's all that, that stigma, like from the car to the house, the guys carry one trip. You build something, you just
Do it yourself.
do it yourself.
Oh.
But also there's some, like, if you understand that, then there's some compensation for, not compensation, I don't know what's the word.
Like what?
Consolation for that.
Okay.
Like when
Oh,
the past generations, like you say, started like the dads, how they show their love is they'll fix for you things. They'll fix for your broken light. Sometimes they will enter your house and they're like, hey, this switch not working so well. Then all of a sudden one day, the next day you open, then you see that, oh, this is fixed. Like that's you. If you understand that, then you know that's how they show love. Because at that age, it's harder for you to learn things, to unlearn things even. So you can treat it as a consolation in a way that men doing things, men achieving something physical, fixing is part of.
Or they found out that you like chocolate cake, so then the next day you find 10 chocolate cake in the fridge.
Yes, something like
That's
that.
their love language.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
So gifting and acts of service.
yes, correct.
Subhanallah. Okay. Okay, if you had 5 minutes with policymakers. What is one low cost, high impact change you want to advocate for men's mental health? Where do you think we can start?
No, I believe what's that example? Leading is by example.
Okay.
So the policymaker themselves should be saying that they're weak. No, lah. Sometimes it just helps. Like, if you don't show that weakness, like the stoicism, then like, oh, okay, everything's going well. But of course, the policymakers up there, you can't say, oh, I'm weak. Then everybody will like, then it will be chaos on the ground.
Right.
But
Or
maybe there's a
not-
way to word it out. Like English has so many words to
Yeah.
just phrase it.
I think that was my answer actually. For there is no need for policy changes. There is a lot already in place, and I think the government loves saying that as well. That they're already doing great. There's already good things in place, and that's true. What is most important is humanity. I think bring back humanity, which is what he said for policymakers or leaders in society to be more human, to be more willing to show vulnerability, show weakness, not show fallibility. Fallibility is a whole other thing. Leaders, of course, protect yourselves from showing your mistakes, your faults, but don't be plastic, basically. And we live in a culture that is so conditioned to only accepting what is sort of purely good. And when you get something that is 100% good, some of it will slip through the cracks, and then you start to say, if you want to represent such perfection, then why are you slipping out? Because why are we trying to show 100% perfection anyways? That's not human. That's not how anyone should be. So policymakers or any leaders in the community should, at the first step, be willing to show vulnerability, be willing to show a glimmer of humanity, so that people are not expected themselves to be perfect.
Humanity is not being perfect, and perfect is Allah. So we love to relate to imperfection. Actually, I think on a very basic, even fitra level, we love to relate to people who are imperfect. So you you give me a very perfect answer, a very perfect speech, I will start to question, like, is this guy for real?
There's no genuinity.
Is this for real? Is this campaign for real? Then then you start to speculate. Then that leads to I guess when you take it to the extreme, like fitna and all. Then but the speculation itself, the questioning, then like, if you low-key, being imperfection is what gets you to trust people, and not perfection. Authenticity. But not like you say, like fallibility.
Okay.
There's a story of someone that for 49 questions he said, I don't know. Is it
I'm not sure.
Imam, one of the Imams?
Okay.
I forgot. Sorry. But just be willing to say I don't know.
I mean, we are taught that asatizas must say we don't know when we don't know.
Exactly. That's your amanah when you're teaching.
Understand. Thank you. Okay, so on that line, right? On that note, like asatizas, and how we must also show some form of genuine, authenticity lah. What can mosques do maybe for young men, so that we can bring in those who are now on that, using that script lah, that I'm not weak.
Mosques. What can mosques do?
Oh.
I think the direction that one mosque sector is doing right now is good, bringing the mosque outside the mosque, because the mosque is a place that actually in itself requires sort of a degree of vulnerability for you to show up to admit that I need Allah. I need Allah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And it's not just to seek help lah, it's also in other aspects as well. To pay your zakat, to solat Jumaat. Not everyone solat Jumaat, by the way. Everyone's on a journey, I guess. But the idea is to bring mosque activities or mosque-like activities, or any activities even without a connotation of Muslimness. Bring it out, make it more accessible to the community, so that they know that the asatis are everywhere.
Right.
So that they feel more welcome and more accessible. Like they have access to these people, even if they say, I'm not Muslim enough to come to a mosque, you don't have to come to a mosque. The asatiza is anywhere.
Right. I've actually been hearing this for a bit, like uni students and students in the polys asking asatizas to come out to the ground, right?
Yes.
And run things outside of the mosques.
Because they're scared. Honestly, scared to come to the mosque. And that's okay, by the way, that's okay. For now.
I think, but being on the ground would present more authentic, genuine interactions that will go a long way.
Okay.
And maybe the implication might be better, because I guess asatizas are more comfortable in a mosque setting, but of course going out there would require more planning, logistical, operational arrangements. But definitely worthwhile.
To explore,
yeah. Especially for those just scared to go to the mosque, not even scared, just even their friends who they deem as slightly more alim, like a bit more knowledgeable. That
Yeah.
I don't think I'll talk to him. So
Oh,
because
really?
they might.
Alim is
start
an
to-
insult.
Ah,
No,
To be seen as more
but-
religious is you become a sort of a point of joke, possibly.
I guess
Okay.
it's like a very marginalized mindset where the rich the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, because you just mentally build that boundary between
Yeah,
two different
yeah,
groups
yeah.
of people.
Oh, you so good, you saw like 5 times a day. I can never do that. People say that.
But also it takes from the people who are seen as more alim to be at least more sympathetic and hearing to those who actually come to them for help and know that when they come is full trust and at their vulnerable
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
But where's the middle ground here that we're
Yeah.
finding for both sides to meet?
Yeah.
I guess we're talking more of like a tertiary standpoint.
Possibly. Yeah.
Like where
Empathy
people
lah,
will start to
empathy.
make changes actually on a tertiary level, where people are becoming more young adults. That's where they start to take control of their lives, be more responsible in different parts of their life, financially or spiritually, academically, everything. Because that's where they realize, oh, this is where I paved the path. This way, because after this, I'm going to be an adult. I'm going to be something different. I'm going to marry this person. I'm going to build this family. I'm going to start this job. And that's where they realize there's the weight, and then that's where they pull more things in, ground more things. So
then it will seek answers.
they will want to seek answers. So I guess that's where it's important.
Yeah, when
but
you have problems, that's when you want to look for
but it might be too
solutions.
late also,
Right.
because that's when they would it's harder to reach certain parts of them that they have closed off. For example, maybe more
That's true,
familial younger side of themselves.
They're
when
old
they-
enough to close off things. Yeah.
like and
Wow, there's a lot to do, actually.
Of course.
Subhanallah.
reaching
This is
to-
dunya.
yeah, but it
Oh,
always
sure.
starts with
Yeah, but we definitely need your help to tell us what is needed on the ground so that we can actually reach out and meet those gaps lah. I had a question just now, but I forgot. Oh, so just now you were saying alim. So what is the definition of alim? What does an alim person
I
look
don't know.
like?
It's a relative measure. It's really a relative measure. It depends on your social circles. So of course, among practicing Muslims, practicing is normal. But if of course in your circle not everyone prays 5 times a day, then if you do, or if you know how to read Al-Fatiha and 3 surahs, whoa, you're loaded with knowledge, man.
In the tertiary level, you're talking about.
Anyway, I don't know for sure. But this is my experience growing up as well.
Right.
Not every man can lead a prayer, and so once you can, you're pretty.
Oh yeah.
Really?
There's a few like measures,
Yeah, there are a few measures. Yeah.
criteria,
Yes.
like unspoken
Unspoken,
rules that kind of measures this. Like it doesn't go at tertiary level, so maybe it goes in a more friendship kind of environment,
friend circles,
friendship environment. That's where it gets a bit more shaky, because like
Yeah.
this guy suddenly start to attend classes, then
Yeah.
the friendship starts to get weird, and then Shaitan just like
Yeah.
wants to
This guy just wears a songkok.
break.
And that's a problem. Yeah.
So you have to hide if you know a bit more.
Possibly.
You have to.
I think a lot of our satizas do as well. I think I want to reference Revamp Truth Seekers by Bro
Yes.
Habib Aidarus. He has these sessions where he intentionally doesn't wear a songkok.
Yeah.
Intentionally wears a short sleeve and stuff. So then he invites people over for jamming sessions
Yeah.
because this stigma exists. Yeah.
Okay, mashallah. Thank you for sharing that, mashallah. There's so much that, you open my eyes to so many things. Okay, so last questions. Do you have any mental health questions that you want to clarify with me, maybe, when it comes to mental health in the Islamic perspective?
I think more of examples. For guys, we always look up to the next bigger person to lead us. So whether it be an imam of the mosque or cikgu. So like I think having seeing their vulnerability, like having more contact time,
Authenticity, maybe.
authentic connections, like it's being real.
So our asatizas to be a bit more real and to not look so perfect or not focus on being
Oh no, I
perfect.
think
is it?
just teaching us like not being real, being imperfect.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Like to that extent.
Right.
Yeah. just knowing. Oh, I mean, like knowing what Rasulullah SAW, what are the different types of approaches he does for like certain things like anger. Besides not being angry 3 times, like if I'm holding back my anger, I can only remember that. But what can I actually do in that moment to maybe help someone that whom I've angered enough, I'm angry about also, or like anything like how to not throw a tantrum, the Rasulullah SAW way.
Yeah, on
How to not throw tantrum, not how to not, I don't know. Was it throw
throw a fit.
a fit,
Okay.
Crashing out.
crashing
I
out?
learned that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
On
Maybe
that
just like
effect,
contextualize it to like
contextualize. Yes. On that effect, I think a lot of what men are missing are good role models. The absent father is a very common thing. And so there's no
Alhamdulillah,
father
we don't
figure.
have that. I mean, it's more rampant in the West, where
More
that's
rampant in the
become
West,
like
yeah.
a
Over here, it's
stigma.
emotionally absent.
Yeah,
Maybe not physically
emotional
absent.
absence,
Yeah. So, I think a lot of men don't have people to look up to. So then, how then can we make, for example, the stories, the example of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam more prevalent for the men in our generation and for the younger kids?
MashaAllah, thank you so much. Okay, so to end this session, you can, so anybody out there, if you require guidance, if you need answers, if you're seeking for any form of support, you can book sessions with our Asatiza counselors at sacredheartwork.com and join us in the next podcast. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.